So now we have the estimated equation. So how do we use it to predict Y for the future? Suppose if we want to see what our estimated sales will be if the local payroll will be $750 million. Okay. So the first thing to do is do not simply plug in 750 million into this equation. That will give you nothing. I mean, that will give you nonsense. Now, so you have to convert that number to how the X is represented in the data that was used in the formulas. So X is in $100 million. So $750 million in $100 million is what? So that divided by 100 million will give you 7.5. So 7.5 for X represents $750 million. So then Y hat will be intercept. So let's use it from here. Intercept plus slope times X. Now that gives you Y hat again in the same units as Y was represented in the table, which is in $100,000. So our estimated sales is that Y hat times 100,000. So let's change the format to currency. Next is how do we what does this 1.25 mean? Okay, what is the interpretation of the slope here? So interpreting B sub 1, okay, which is equal to 1.25. So this means the slope is about what happens to Y when X changes. Okay, so the slope is in the same units. The slope is in the same units as Y in the table. So Y is in $100,000 in sales. So the slope is sales in $100,000. Okay. So 1.25 is sales in $100,000 for what? Well, slope is, remember, rise over run. So for each unit of X, what change will you see in Y? So if X changes, if X increases by 1, Y will increase by 1.25. So which means X going up by 1 is same as saying the payroll increases by $100 million. Then if payroll goes up by $100 million, then our sales will grow by 1.25 times 100,000. So it will go up by $125,000. So if X goes up by 1, that is estimated, if X goes up by 1, estimated Y will go up by 1.25. So which means if the area payroll goes up by $100 million, AAA sales is estimated to rise by $125,000.